So it's 10 after 7. This was our lovely spot last night. I think this is the flattest spot we've ever had on trail. And so we're about an hour earlier than we normally are. We're normally somewhere between 8 and 20 after 8 when we're heading out. And we'll be heading out in a couple minutes. We're all packed up, just got to pack up the fly. And we've already had something to eat and everything. So that'll help. We're eventually in the summertime when it gets lighter and warmer, even earlier, we'll probably be trying to get going by 6:30-ish. So, but yeah, so we have a few miles down to start, down into Roan, and then, and I have no idea what we have after that, but I'm sure there's climbing. There's always climbing after the down. So, yeah, but at least we got a little bit earlier start. We did go to bed early last night and tried to get a really good sleep. There's a little bit of the sunrise over there.
There's your babies.
Hi, beautiful baby.
Hi. See another one.
I saw 3 there. So this is an area, this was one of our options that we had seen last night if we had made it to here. This is also a really cool little spot. All tucked in behind the rocks. That's perfect. Yeah, this is just down from that nice site there. There's really good water. There seems to be water everywhere here. This is a really good site. And it's not a hard down from Roan Mountain. Like we were just talking, it's not like a break your knees type of hard down when you're leaving Roan. So this would be a nice section to hike for somebody like even beginners, because going up, you just got to take your time when you're climbing and take your time on the few little rocks on the down, but most of it isn't too bad. So one thing for today, Faith and I have to try to remember is we are hitting the 400-mile mark. We can't forget. It's, I think I looked yesterday and there is a road, and when you hit the road, I think it's 399.2. So we got to remember when we hit that road to start watching for the 400 sign, because we always miss it. And like it's getting exciting for me because the 400 makes it very close to, we only have another 150 to go to finish the first quarter. The first quarter and the last quarter are the hardest. So maybe we have a chance when we hit the 550, maybe we have a chance of having a little bit of a break on the middle 2. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. So the 400 also marks, then I've only got 8 more miles till boots off. Woo! That's the hostel I've been waiting for. So we're still tenting there. I know they have lots of nice indoor stuff, but I'm trying to stay in my tent as much as possible. When I stay in the same type of sleeping conditions, I sleep better. Once I start mixing them up, then I don't sleep as good, and sleep is really important. So I think we're just going to stay in our tents, but we're still going to be boots off. So anyway, so 400 miles today. Let's hope we find the marker. The terrain really changed all of a sudden. It looks really different in here. Has a real different feel too. Happy to be back in this bit of a bushy area. We were down in that meadow, and it's nice, but it was very open. The sun was very hot, and there was lots of bees. So now this is terrain that we've seen. But yeah, it was nice for a change in that little meadow, but it was also very, very hot. And I mean, there was bees everywhere. Yeah, so nobody got stung though. We're good. We're going through another section that was victimized by Helene. Yeah, and we stopped for just to fill up for water, had a little snack. I think we were only there maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And then made a plan that after we hit the 400-mile mark, it'll be a little bit after that, there's falls. And the falls is about 0.1 off of the AT. We normally skip, unless we'll go and get our water when it's 0.1, because you have to get your water. We try to time out our water if we can while it's on the trail, just to avoid the extra mileage, but that just doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes you just have no choice for shelter or campsite or water, because all the 0.1s, the 0.2s, they all add up. We are on a time limit. We're Canadian. We can't be here more than 6 months. We might be able to put in for an extension, but that's a little bit complicated, pricey, and not guaranteed. So we'd rather just get done in our time frame. So all of the 0.1s and 0.2s, and sometimes there's some great scenes and great things, but they're like 0.5 off. That means you're adding an extra mile. That all adds up. So normally we don't, but I love waterfalls. And we didn't go see the one at the beginning of the trail, right in the beginning, in Georgia. We didn't go to that one, but so kind of as a little, celebration of hitting the 400, I'm going to go and we're going to go have our lunch at the waterfalls coming up. So I'm pretty excited about that, but pretty sad about the damage that has happened to this area, but there'll be new growth, and this area has really shown that they are fighters. They worked really hard. I can't believe how much of the trail they actually have cleaned up at this point and able to get through. It's mind-blowing what they've gotten done in this time frame. When you see the sections there's sections that are even way worse than this. So they must have been very overwhelmed, very, very determined, and they got it done and open, and people are hiking. So yeah, you never know what people can do. So the countdown is on. I think we are about 0.8-ish from the 400-mile mark. So that's exciting. We're back into some hard-hit areas though. We're coming up to the 400-mile mark. Finally. Where is it? Oh, it's right on the bridge?
One there.
Where? Oh, there. Oh, yay! 400. 409 for those of us that did the approach trail. Yay! So we had a nice long lunch break celebration of hitting the 400 miles, which I also want to remind you, we also did the approach trail, so it's over 400 miles. And this is our beautiful view and our background noise. It was so amazing. It reminded me of home. And I soaked my feet right there. And we sat here. There was a few young boys here, young men, and they were here, and they all soaked their shirts and their hair. And so it's a nice spot to end their feet. Nice spot to take a break. We enjoyed our celebration of the 400-mile mark. And it turns out there is going to be another falls right on the trail, but coming up in a few miles. But it's not as big as this one. This was a nice spot. This was a really nice spot. And oh yeah, we met another Canadian, Oakley, who is representing. He's gonna get home early. He's getting married in August, and he's gonna make it at least a few weeks before the wedding. Yeah. So good luck to Oakley. Be safe, and he got to celebrate. He was with us when we hit the 400 mark. He was missing some of them too, and he also did the approach trail and is like me and says those miles count. Yeah. So we hit the 400-mile mark before then. So right before we left the falls there, when we were packing up, we ran into Silver, And then on the trail, we ran into Pop, and they're slack packing today, so they're in the opposite direction of us. But so hopefully we'll be caught up to them by tomorrow sometime, maybe. Depends how far we go today. But now we're down to where we're walking along the river, and that's what Silver said. He said, you guys are gonna have a beautiful afternoon walking along this riverside, and it's so I'm really excited about this. It's been a really good day today. I'm really enjoying it. My back did go out, started to go out at lunch, so I put my TENS pad on, but it's not bad. It's holding it off, so I'm also happy about that. We're at our second waterfall for the day. I'm gonna get some water, nice cold water, and I'm gonna soak my feet again. Okay, it's about 5:24. In about half a mile, there's supposed to be another brook and maybe some campsites. That's where we're gonna try to stop, and that'll put us at 15 miles for the day. And thinking we'll get there about 5:45. So we're pretty happy with that. We had a nice long lunch today at the falls. We hit 400 miles and talked to another Canadian. So it's been a good day. And so hopefully we find some good sites there. I'll either video it tonight or in the morning if we do find a good site at that next brook. Good morning. So we decided we got here, this was just before 15. We were just gonna get our water and then move on, but we saw a spot that would fit our tent. So we plopped it down, had a nice night listening to the brook. But you do have to deal with a little bit of extra moisture on your fly and stuff in the morning. It wasn't cold last night like it had been, but it definitely makes it cooler when you sleep in beside water like this. But because it wasn't as cold as it has been, we were fine. We were good, but it was a nice night. Just now had to shake out the fly a little bit, but it's about 7:15. We're just gonna get packing up and get going. We want to get as close as we can tonight to boots off, so that we can Nero in tomorrow and get our resupply and get some stuff done. We need to go shopping and get a few things. And so let's see how far we can get today. I hope we're hoping for what, 15?
We're not hoping. We're going 15.
We're not hoping. We're going 15. Yeah.
There's not many spots.
Oh, there's not many spots. Yeah, I forgot we didn't have that many choices, right? We were either gonna get.
The choices were 8 or 9, 15, 19, or 21.
Oh, yeah. So either 8 or 9, 15, 19, or 21. I ain't going 19. I ain't going 21. So I'm thinking 15, and I don't want to go 8. So I'm thinking 15 is it. Yeah. So we better get a move on. We came along this little seat that is right here. And then this is the view. This would have been a nice spot to have a morning tea. So it's 9:30. We're just stopping for our first little water break and snack break. And we got another falls today. There is supposed to be another big falls. We're not sure if there's a detour around it because of some fires that happened at the shelter or not. But we'll find out later today. But even if we miss it, at least we got this one. This one is called Hardcore Cascades. Says, yeah. So we're feeling good today and getting excited to hit boots off tomorrow. Yay! We're still getting some pretty views and we're still climbing. The terrain looks a little different, but climbing is climbing. And then I think once we get them, we will be shortly. I think we have another 500 feet up, but then I think the rest of our day will be down. 500 feet throughout the day. Okay, so we have 2,500 feet going down. Yeah, and then once we get to that spot, there would be like a 3-mile climb if we left that area, which I don't think I'll be able to do today after all this climbing. So that'll be part of our day tomorrow. Heading into Boots Off, we'll probably have 6 to 7 miles tomorrow morning to get into Boots Off. So, and then we'll have a Nero and a 0 there. Yeah, so, but still got some view, so I'm happy about that. We're gonna carry on. We're gonna go to the piped, there's a piped spring, a little tent site, and we're gonna have our big meal there. We're gonna actually cook our lunch today, and then we'll just have wraps when we get in tonight. Still getting some gorgeous views. Photo and video don't really catch it, like just the difference with the light and the dark in the mountains. It's so gorgeous. It's so stunning to be walking beside this. There's a town down there. Doesn't show up on the video very good.
That might be Hampton.
That's what I'm thinking. That might be Hampton.
Well, we'll be there tonight.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense then, yeah.
The shelters, like, the campsites are like right beside.
Beside the, okay.
It's not hard to get them there.
Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, I can't see it any better.
No, I didn't mean in town.
Oh, that, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we still got beautiful mountain views. They're not gone yet. Okay, so we crossed the road. We were heading to the falls. We had about another mile till we got to the falls. And then we were going to camp somewhere around there. There was some campsites, I think, like 0.2 from the falls. But when we crossed over, we saw there was tons of campsites here in where the trail heads in towards the falls. And there was a bunch of flat ones, and then you come through and we're kind of down by the river and hidden by the river. So it's a really nice spot we got here, and we're gonna go and we're gonna have something to eat, and we're gonna soak our feet in the river. And then tomorrow morning, I think we have maybe 7 miles to get to Boots Off. So we're gonna go up and see the falls in the morning. If we had gone to the falls tonight, I would have been getting tired and wanting to head to camp and get set up. So this way, when we go to the falls in the morning, I'm gonna actually sit and have a tea and enjoy the falls. And then we'll have from there, we'll have, I think, maybe a 6-mile hike to Boots Off. But so this is our spot for the night. It's a nice little spot. And I think then that puts us at, were we gonna be at 15 if we hit the falls? Like the 0.2 past the falls? Okay. So yeah, we might have been, so we may only be like 13 and a half right now. Yeah, so 13 and a half sounds about right. Yeah, so but we're good with that because we're going in to Boots Off tomorrow anyway. So that extra mile that we didn't do today, we'll do it in the morning and actually enjoy the falls and enjoy our campsite where we were going to camp somewhere along this river anyway. But it's just that now we saw it here, and the timing was right, and that we could just set up camp and then enjoy the falls in the morning. So that's the decision we made. And I think and I checked the weather. The weather's still going to be good tomorrow, so we'll still get to enjoy the falls. So good night, and I'll show you tomorrow. I'll show you the falls, and I'll show you as I'm finally heading in to Boots Off.